Hi, everyone. So we're 5 months into the craziness of COVID, and there's no end in sight yet. This is a really good time for me to speak with you and share with you an update about where we're going in all of this, or better, where the Lord is leading us in all of this. It's tempting to say, let's just wait till things get back to normal. But what if the Lord doesn't want us to get back to normal? What if, not in spite of the hardships of these days, but through the very hardships, the Lord is trying to move us forward with our mission in a bold and new way? I mean, with a budget that had a bomb dropped on it, with our programs shut down, with access to our campus so limited, what if the Lord was using those very hardships and struggles to do something new? What if right in the midst of these very struggles, the Lord is calling us not to hunker down and wait for it to pass, but to say yes to a new way of living out our mission? And I believe that's exactly what the Lord is doing. That's exactly what He's wanting to offer us, our parish family, in these days. In this video, I want to share with you specifically 3 things the Lord is asking of us right in the midst of the craziness of these days. 3 things the Lord is offering us, 3 blessings that He wants us to respond to and act on. And if we do, they will become things that shape the very life of our parish, not just in the months ahead, but in the years ahead. And there are 3 things that come not in spite of the difficult times we're living in, when we would normally think, well, let's just kind of turn inward, let's wait for it to pass, but rather 3 things the Lord is asking of us in the midst of these struggles that will allow our parish and our mission to grow. Now, I'm going to share these with you briefly in the video. I want to encourage you to download the PDF that accompanies a lot of this. Here you're going to find more detail. But let me start with the 3 blessings that were being offered from the Lord, the 3 things He's asking of us: to become more mission-focused, to unleash our parishioners on that mission, and to push beyond campus into the world with that mission. Now, let me really quickly open each of those up and show you how those blessings are coming precisely through the struggles that we're living through right now. So the first blessing, the first thing He's asking of us, to become more mission-focused. The financial fallout of the lockdown and the massive restrictions imposed on us, this is giving us the opportunity to get to the heart, the core of why our parish is here, to focus on what is most necessary. Our parish exists to make Jesus known to the world. We're here to help people encounter Him in a living way. Our mission is to help people fall in love with Jesus and His church. It sounds so simple, and yet we can make it a lot more complicated than it needs to be. And we can get distracted. And after a while, we can drift from that mission. So there's a blessing in having everything turned upside down. There's a blessing in having so much that we normally rely on just stripped away. There's a blessing in not having tons of resources to rely on, because when all of that is happening, it forces us to simplify. It forces us to ask, what's most important? And in that, it brings us clarity. It helps us to see what really matters most, and that's Jesus. And it helps us to see why our parish exists, to make Him known and loved in the world. This is the first thing I think the Lord is asking of us, the first blessing, to become more focused on that mission. The second blessing, the second thing He's asking of us, flows out of that, and it's this: to unleash you, our parishioners, on that mission. Having a tight budget, which we have right now, we're struggling with in these days, that means having a trimmed down staff. As difficult as this is, it puts the parish in a place of needing to rely more on you, our parish family. And that's where we discover a blessing, because the Lord has filled you with supernatural gifts that He wants to release and allow to serve that mission. But sometimes parishes can slip into the habit of relying too much on staff. And sometimes parishioners can mistakenly or deliberately opt out of the mission and say to the staff, well, this is what we pay you to do. And they forget that by virtue of their baptism, they're called to be at the heart of that mission itself. So the blessing for us in this time of having a tight budget is that it's forcing us to turn outward to you, our parish family, and say, look, we need you to be part of this. Now, it should have always been that way, but like I said, at times we can get overly reliant on staff, and parishioners living busy lives can just welcome that. But the blessing in this time right now is the Lord saying to us, you've got to call the whole parish family up into that mission. So rather than having a staff run just a handful of programs, imagine what it would look like if you responded in 1,000 small ways to all of the inspirations the Lord is giving you to be that leaven, that yeast out in the world. We need this to happen. Now, the third blessing, the third thing the Lord is asking of us is to push beyond campus out into the world. So obviously, this is no surprise or to you. The coronavirus has forced us to shut down the campus. So does this mean that the mission is also shut down? No, or at least it shouldn't. If the mission can only happen here on campus, then something is wrong. Yeast doesn't do its job by staying in the packet. It needs to be mixed in the flour, in the dough. And if you're the yeast, then the dough or the flour is primarily the world around us, not the campus. I think that these recent days have revealed to us that in some ways we've been overly reliant, overly focused on the campus as the sole site where ministry and faith can happen. When much of what we do stops because we can't use the campus, something is wrong. We need to pursue our mission in ways that are more COVID-proof, ways that don't have to shut down just because the buildings do. So these are the three blessings the Lord is offering us. These are the three things the Lord is asking of us. And I share that with you now so that together we can begin to respond to it. This is the vision the Lord is giving us for where He's leading us in these crazy days. And so, in a good way, I don't think there's any going back to normal for us. I think that the Lord really wants to use the struggles we're living through now to reshape us in certain ways so that we can become more focused on the mission and that more of us can be out serving that mission in daily life and doing that not just here on campus, but right out in the midst of our daily life where we interact with all of the people that God has put into our life. So, no, I don't think there's going to be any going back to normal. There's not going to be just kind of waiting this out or treading water, simply trying to survive. That would be our death. We exist for mission to make Jesus known and loved. It's what we need to be doing. It's our life breath. So I share all of that with you because in the weeks and months ahead, together as a parish family, we need to ask the Lord, what is it supposed to look like as we become more mission focused? What is it supposed to look like as we call more of our parishioners into that mission? And what does it look like as we move off campus more and more out into the world to serve that mission? Thank you for taking the time to listen to all of this, for watching the video and for downloading the PDF and for spending some time with it. In the weeks and months ahead as a parish family, we're going to be asking the Lord, what is it supposed to look like as we respond to your call to become more mission focused, to send our parishioners out more and more to serve that mission, and that we do it not just here on campus, but out in the world around us. So get ready, because the Lord is doing exciting things in our parish, and He's doing them not in spite of the struggles we're living through, but He's doing it through those very struggles themselves. So together, let's welcome those blessings the Lord is offering. Together, let's act on them as we begin to take those baby steps out in response to the Lord. Thank you again for taking the time to share in the video, for watching this. Please know that each of you and your families are all in my prayers. God bless you.